Hey, really quick look at Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I'm out in Reading town centre. My Reading people will know exactly where I am. Right then, crypto, Bitcoin. Bitcoin closed well above the 20-day EMA, the 20-day moving average, which is the all-important sign of a trend change. The immediate thing you'll look at to see if there's been a trend change is a close below that 20 moving average. Anything other than that, it's merely a pullback. And that's all it is. Bitcoin closed candle at 35,400 in the end. Like I said, the end of the US day sometimes creates buying pressure. I'm not sure why that is, and I haven't got any statistics or charts to back that up right at the moment. But usually from about 6 p.m. UK time, Greenwich Mean Time, to midnight, more often than not, it's a buying time. Whereas when European markets open at 6 a.m., when Asian markets are closing and European markets are opening, you tend to see a lot of sellers in the market. At the moment, we're floating around. You can see that 20 moving average. We closed well above it. It's sat at 32,664. So Bitcoin keeps closing candles above that. It's still a very bullish sign that this uptrend here is not finished yet. Once it starts closing candles below the 20, signs are that this bullish uptrend is over. Let's have a look on a shorter time frame chart. Is Bitcoin on an hourly chart? Now, usually you'd look for the 20 moving average. That's the 50. And Bitcoin is just above the 20. The 20 is the barometer to look at. That's the one you need to be always looking at on the 1 hour chart to see whether Bitcoin's in a bullish or a bearish trend. And as you can see, we came up here. So this got us above the 20 and we've stayed above. We used it for support. We came up to the 50. We actually hit the 200. We got rejected at the 200. That's a big rejection there. A clear rejection at the 200 hourly moving average. Back down to the 20. We're between the 20 and the 50. And you can see that those moving averages are clearly determining Bitcoin's price at the moment. There are a lot of people that tell you that moving averages don't work, that they're useless. One of my absolute favorite people in crypto, who's given me some awesome advice. He really never uses moving averages, but you can clearly see here that we've gone up, we've got rejected at that 200-hour moving average. We've come back down and we found perfect support at the 20-hour moving average. Now, those moving averages are determining the price of Bitcoin here in the short term at the moment. And when Bitcoin breaks above that 200, then we're back into bullish time. I don't really think the 100 will come into it, will make much difference. When Bitcoin gets above that 200-hour moving average, you're likely to see buying pressure coming in. The US Open market, the US Open soon, which will be interesting. Have a look at Litecoin. I acquired some Litecoin recently. It tends to go on a run. It will go on a good run when it gets on one of these runs. This is Litecoin Bitcoin. I want to look at Litecoin US dollar on the big picture chart. We had that healthy pullback yesterday. Really stealthy, healthy pullback. All the way down to the 618. And we're around about the 382 at the moment. If you go let's go by body to body and see if that's any different. It's on a daily chart. Yeah, we're being supported by the 382 if you're looking at the bodies on those candles there. And we're way below the 20 moving average, the DMA. And it looks like we've touched on the 50. If I change that to a 50 EMA, that would probably be perfect. A perfect bounce. And if it is, then you'll know that it's using it. No, it's gone just below the 50 EMA. The EMA and the daily moving average. The EMA takes into account more of the recent price action, and where it's been so bullish, there's an equation that comes into it to make it a little bit more accurate for some people. I'm not going to go into all of that now, EMAs and SMAs. What I will tell you is, though, the 21 week EMA on the weekly chart. Let's go on Litecoin. I wanted to look at Litecoin. I've not looked at where Litecoin is to that 21 week EMA. What you see with Litecoin, let's have a look at Litecoin historical from the highs, from the big up highs. Because Litecoin, when it gets going, it doesn't stop, and it's well below its all-time high. Whereas ETH's close to its all-time high. It got very close the other day, and Bitcoin has, of course, surpassed it. So that tells you that Litecoin's got potential. So yeah, we got to the 38, didn't we? We got to the 382 perfectly, and we hit that 382, and we bounced back down, and we've got support of the 236. That's the one that I'm looking at on Litecoin, the big picture. Now, how long is it going to take Litecoin? How long is it going to take Litecoin to get back to these all-time highs? Because it's the one that's way off it at the moment from the old school, from the good old trustworthy ETH, Litecoin, Bitcoin, the big Coinbase coins, the originals. You can see that we come up and we've clearly hit that 382, got rejected and back down, bounced off the 236 nicely. So next target is to get above 174.50, and then you're looking at 221, and that Fib 50 221 coincides with this high here. I remember this run when Litecoin went back on a run in February 2018. It picked up a bit and went on a good week and a half's run, and it got to that level there, that 221 level. So that's a big area for Litecoin in future, getting above 221. And then look, another level, we had 2 weekly closes at the 618 as well. 2 weekly closes at 268, the 618, and 3 weekly closes at the 221, the Fib 50. So they're interesting levels in Litecoin. Let's see what we can do. Look at Ethereum, US dollar. Where are we? As you can see, this is all ad-libbed. None of it is made earlier, prepared earlier. Right, so we're looking at that Fibonacci level there. And then the highs. So we came down below. We can't look at that anymore. We can't look at that because we've gone lower there. Let's have a look at that. So we're going to go high to low now. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to go Fib there to there. Yeah, we're clearly there. There's clear evidence there that Ethereum has been rejected at the Fib 50 on the way back up this morning. Sort of got there, but hit this moving average actually. It's hit the 200-hour moving average. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are both struggling to get above the 200-hour moving average. Both clearly have hit that level and been rejected at the. So people that say that moving averages never work, it's not right. It's not right because this is clear. Look, it's bounced up. It's hit the 200-hour moving average there. This yellow line, hit it there, back. Then it came back and it made the low. Then it's gone up and it's hit that Fib 50, got above the Fib 50, closed 2 hours above it, and then hit that 200-hour and been rejected there. So that's Ethereum. Where's the 20-hour moving average? Because that's the barometer, isn't it? It'd been switched off. So yeah, it's above the 20-hour. Ethereum needs to scale this one. It needs to scale 1154, the 200-hour moving average. Ethereum. All right, 10 minutes. I'm going to leave it at that for now. As I say, we're still in an uptrend. Bitcoin is still firmly in an uptrend unless it starts closing candles below that moving average. Now, what I was looking at yesterday, I am going to add to this actually, was the total market cap of cryptocurrencies, which was very interesting last time I looked. Okay, Dash is doing well. I had a great video with Nicola Duke yesterday. I'm not. None of this stuff that I'm doing on here is copying her, but she had a good look at Dash yesterday. I'm not going to look at Dash. I want to look at the total market cap. The total market cap. Because yesterday there was some interesting things going on. If you look at the weekly time frame, Christ, it's got a lot higher. Look, yesterday I thought it had come down and tested. See, it's different on different platforms. See, I thought it had come down and tested. Let's put a trend line in there. See the high there? I thought it had come down to test that, but it didn't get there yesterday. It didn't quite get there. On some exchanges, some places, there's different figures quoted. So the high there, they're saying the high there was 761. I thought it was more. On Coinbase, it says 842. So let's just have a look at this chart to see where we are. As you can see, we've gone way above all-time highs. So that would be a level of support, 764. But yesterday, the lows were 804. So it was a good 40 billion higher where it bounced from in the end. Right, let's have a brief look at this chart. See where we are with it. Look, we've blown at all other rallies, fizzles that have just fizzled out of all proportion. Look, we rallied in June 2019, and excitement then was at fever pitch, and it only got to 388. It didn't quite get to 400 billion. And then again in January last year, we had a rally, didn't we? In January, and we got into February, we got up to 306. And then by August, we were going and we were testing that 400 level again. And once it broke 400 in October, it's just been on a huge rally upwards. And it's well above all the relevant moving averages. Let's have a look on a shorter time frame. This is the total crypto cap. So there, look, it did come down. It tested that 20. Let's have an EMA, the 20-day EMA. It's the interesting figure, always. So yeah, it's been down, it's tested that. So get rid of the normal 20. When you got the 20, it's been down, it's tested it, it's closed well above it, well above it, and it's above. Look, the 200 moving average is the barometer of whether we're in a bull market or a bear market. And it is that is it's the same in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's 200-day moving average, that is the barometer that everyone uses in every single market, whether you're in a bull trend or a bear trend. If you're above the 200-day, well, Bitcoin's 200-day is $20,000. So Bitcoin is hugely in a in a uptrend, and is nowhere near being confirmed into a bear trend. And look, the 200 moving average on here is what? It's at 434 billion. And we are currently at 944. We're 600 billion ahead. The bear volume has been quite high, but there'll be a lot of buying involved. You see the volume here. There'll be a lot in these red bars. There'll be a lot of, just here, look, I hope you can see where I'm looking, because you might think, what's he talking about? The volume here is high. The red volume, look, it looks scary. But what you'll have there, it's not all selling volume. It's heavy selling volume, but then the buying in, like when it spiked down to here, that huge hammer, it's like a hammer candle it's produced. But there's a big body as well. But that would have been a lot of buying going on in that area. So we'll leave it at that today, folks. Have a great day.